This video was brought to you by Genesis and their Radon 720 headset. They sent me one of these to test out and I really did enjoy using it. The headset is premium in both its build quality and its audio performance. Its audio performance actually rivals my AKG K7XXs from Mashdrop, and these are 10 times the price of the Radon 720s. The build quality is also really premium, and it has a built-in microphone with a USB connector. Honestly, if you want a budget headset with a premium sound design, then definitely go check this out. A link in the description will be available to all of you lot. As a content creator based around tactical shooters like Escape from Tarkov, it takes a lot for me to take a step back and play something different. Borderlands 3 is one of those rare opportunities for me to enjoy a different style of game. I've been a Borderlands fan since the very first game, and I have played all of the games in the Borderlands franchise, so I've had a very high expectation for this game since it was announced. And I have to say, it's definitely delivered. This video is an apology and an explanation to the missus on why this game has made me miss date nights, and it's the game's fault, not mine, I promise. So if you're new to the Borderlands franchise, let me give you a brief explanation of what it's all about. Borderlands is a very loot-driven first-person shooter, and players either playing alone or in groups of up to 4 people can pick different characters to play with, and they can take off various missions to gain experience, in-game monetary rewards, and reward items. Players can also gain these items and experience by defeating enemies throughout the game and enemy bosses. And as the player gains their levels, they also gain skill points to allocate across their character's skill tree, which helps them improve their characters and their abilities. So while on the topic of characters, let me give you my opening point of why I love this game so much. All of the 4 characters you can play as are as unique as they come, and they bring their own charismatic humour while also having multiple different playstyles that the player can pick depending on their preference. Zane is the character I'm currently playing as at the moment, and he is the soldier class of this Borderlands, but he brings so much more than the other soldiers in the previous Borderlands titles. With the ability to use 2 different action skills at once, you can use a little drone that goes around dealing damage on enemies and can focus on certain enemies if you choose to target them, or you can use a shield that protects, buffs and heals himself and allies if they stand behind it, and you've also got a digi-clone, which is a clone of Zane that shoots enemies for him, as well as being able to switch places with his clone to get himself out of trouble. You can use 2 of the 3 abilities at once, but the trade-off is if you're deciding to use both, then you can't use grenades. Mose is the gunner in Borderlands 3 and is great if you want to deal massive amounts of damage to multiple enemies at once, but she has slow movement speed and her ability is a giant mech, and depending on the skill tree you prioritize, it can have different weapons and abilities. Amara is the siren of Borderlands 3, but is just more aggressive than the sirens in previous titles. Her ability forms massive fists which deal crazy amounts of damage to enemies. Depending on the skill tree, Amara can have 3 different abilities: a ranged attack, a ground slam, and a phase lock ability, which lifts people in the air and freezes them in place, much like the previous games. So if you want to focus on elemental damage, then this is definitely a class to look at. Finally, Flak is the hunter class, which has made a return from previous games also. However, this character now has a constant companion by their side, and there are a few to choose from. Flak's skills mainly revolve around their pets and their attacks, like you can have a rack attack, or range in your pet to make it go basically Super Saiyan. So, if you want a buddy alongside you and you don't like your actual friends, this character is quite a unique option. Skill points are also very important, as mentioned before. They can completely change your playstyle of the Vault Hunter, but don't worry if you spend them wrong, because in this game you can respec your skill points completely at any change station throughout the game, meaning you could try out different character builds to find your favourite, and you don't have to worry about saying, oh shit, I've put that skill point in the wrong place. Co-op play has massively improved also, which is an absolute blessing for me because I love playing co-op in these sorts of games. You now have the choice to change loot drops between competitive and cooperative. Competitive is the same loot style as they've always had before, where you fight between your friends on who gets what loot, but cooperative is great for actually keeping your friends and farming legendary weapons due to everyone getting their own loot drops, while money and iridium is shared between the players. So if one person picks up $100, then everyone else will also receive $100 in that game. However, money is not shared. If you were to sell a weapon or sell an item at a vendor, that goes straight to the person selling. It's not just looting that has been improved, there is now a ping system that has been implemented in the game, meaning you or your friends will never be lost in the cycle of, hey, look over there, wait, what, where am I looking, over there you small dicked fanny, you know, it's never gonna be like that anymore. You can ping points of interest, enemies, and lootable items, which is great if you're using the cooperative loot system because everyone can loot that really rare red chest that you can find throughout the world. Fast travelling has also been improved from the previous game. You can fast travel to any location you've previously been to straight from your map, meaning there's no more hunting for a fast travel point, and if you want to get to a certain location quickly without extra legwork, this is the thing for you. Obviously, as with previous games, you don't need to use it unless you're going to different planets. Yes, planets, I'll touch on that in a little bit. So you can still wander the map aimlessly if you are one of those people that are against fast travelling. Everything is smooth in this game now as well. Movement is a big example of this. You can now vault or clamber up objects, whether it be to get a vantage point on your enemies, or you want to get to those hidden loot boxes that are tucked away. Gunplay and other quality of life improvements also make this game feel amazingly smooth and fluid. Like not having to pick up cash or ammo, it gets absorbed automatically is a great new feature. The art style has stayed true to the previous games, however it is obvious there are some visual upgrades and better animations. I am aware of there being certain optimization issues with some people though. Low frame rates, visual bugs, etc. have been common in certain reviews, but I have not experienced any of these myself, so I can't really comment on it. However, you should definitely be aware of this if you are looking to get the game. This is a AAA title, however, with some good developers, meaning it should be patched pretty soon. The map and level design is absolutely amazing in this game. As mentioned before, you travel between different planets, which is a new leap as opposed to staying on Pandora like in the previous games. This allows the art team to really shine. Each planet is completely different and you can go from being in the dirt and dust of the Pandoran wasteland to being in a Japanese style botanical garden on the map of Venus, or even the moon. But that's no moon because it's actually a Death Star, it shoots big fuck off lasers. No map is the same and there is tons to explore, and I do wish you can explore a bit more of each planet though, as I do miss some of the places in Pandora and I'd like to explore some more of that, but it's okay because you see so much variety in the other maps as well. It's not only the maps that are different, but the minimap is different now too. The minimap is 3D and rotates depending on the player's direction. It can take a bit of getting used to if you're not already accustomed to it, however they have made a bit of quality of life improvement on this as well, where all the objectives have a little up or down arrow depending on where you are, to tell you whether you need to go up to get to your objective or down. Now, they do say that there is over 1 billion guns in this game. Now, I cannot say for sure if that's true. However, I don't think I've ever gotten a duplicate unless it's something like a guaranteed drop from a boss fight. So, the variety of different ways to kill someone is pretty amazing. I mean, there's even a weapon that drops from one of the many boss fights, which turns into a brain on metal legs which blows up after reloading. Or a weapon that is completely covered in shit. Yes, literal shit. There are so many weapons in this game and it's really humorous. Now, if you're new to the Borderlands franchise, definitely go and give the other games a try, as they are cheaper and it'll give you a basic understanding on whether you're going to enjoy this game or not. However, if you already enjoy Borderlands 1 or 2, you're almost definitely going to enjoy picking this game up. So go and pick up Borderlands 3 and I promise you'll enjoy it. What I'm saying is, I might just be a little bit addicted. But if you ask my girlfriend, she might say that I'm addicted a lot. But I promise you, go and ask Zane or my cute little drone and they'll probably tell me I need to play more. Lots more. So I'm gonna go and, you know, strip off, turn off the lights and play with my little Zane. Yeah. Go pick this one up, yeah? Good.